I had a dog before I knew I wanted a dog. I mean, there was a little dog, a fox terrier. I mean, there wasn't at least where we lived, there wasn't a great surplus of abandoned animals, but every so often we'd find one, and my mother had no hesitation taking it in. It started when three of us one of them was the manager of the Elmsford Animal Shelter, and the other two of us were volunteers, and we were becoming more and more unhappy with what was happening at this big shelter. The animals were crowded in and they were suffering, and we thought we can't do anything here anymore. We were frustrated in knowing what needed to be done, and it couldn't be done while we were there. So we went off on our own, and immediately people who were bringing animals to the Elmsford shelter brought them to us. I had a lot of animals in my house, which was fun, I must say. It was lots of fun, but it was also getting difficult in ways. So I found a place in White Plains, 20 acres, where I thought I could live in a small house and the animals could live in another part of this place, in their own quarters. We were there for about a year and a half or two, and it was glorious for the animals, the dogs and cats. We had lots of cats then too. Loved it. They had lots of space, and we had a lot of adoptions there. I really wound down a lot and was sort of hoping to get back to painting. That was about 15 years ago. My daughter found a dog in Syracuse, a puppy, a 6-month-old puppy, and she brought him to the house, and he was a lovely puppy, but very wild, very, very energetic. And then Ruth came along.
So how did you know about the dog?
In the paper. I saw it in the paper.
That's when we were advertising.
But then when we
regularly.
talked on the phone, I said to Sue, but while I don't want to adopt this dog, maybe I can help you sometimes. So she called me and said, there's a litter of kittens in the Bronx in Mount Vernon that need to go to the vet. And if I could pick them up and bring them to the vet. But there was this mama cat, the calico mama cat.
She collected them all. Yeah.
With kittens around the dumpster. And I'm like, Sue, there's this cat, this friendly cat that has kittens that are just running around. Can we take them, please? And being Sue, how could she say no?
Yeah, so I had up to 40 cats in my house at a time. Yeah. And we had a land office business. And we did lots of adoptions. Ruth is very friendly, and she walked her dogs at Ward Acres and began to recruit more people to take more animals.
Look at this cute dog. How can you not adopt it or foster it? Look how cute he is. He needs a place to go. I mean, really.
She's shameless.
Since they were all dog lovers here, mostly people were very receptive. And after a while, this was not just a lab and golden retriever park anymore, but there were a lot of mixed breed dogs coming here on a regular basis that had been adopted by Pet Rescue or were being fostered by Pet Rescue.
We got Zippy about 3 months ago from Pet Rescue. He's about a year and a half, and he plays fetch. And I met Zippy here at Ward Acres with his foster mom, Debbie, and played with him every day. We played fetch, and finally we decided we were just going to adopt Zippy. We met Piper in the park. She loves to play with everybody. Just comes up and she says, hello, I want to play with you. And then she runs because she likes to be chased. But she's very sweet and she's a lot of fun and she's good company for Oliver. We adopted Oliver also.
Yankee, who was not a pet rescue dog, needed a brother. And lucky for me, I ran into Ruth at Pet Rescue, and she said, well, come on over to the house where we're going to bring up a couple of caravans of puppies at someplace in New Rochelle, and off we went.
All these guys just came up here from West Virginia, North Carolina. The driver was on the road since midnight last night. And there's probably more than 20 dogs here. They all were really happy to get out of the van after all that time in there. They're really dirty, they're covered with wood chips. But they were so happy to see everybody. And everybody just, matches themselves up with a dog. And they try to make it feel at home and feel comfortable.
We just got really good at it and learning. I just went to snap the picture and how to make silly noises to make the dog get the tilt and the ears up and everything. And I'm doing it for 12 years. You kind of learn what works and what doesn't work, and when a shy dog is kind of crawling and doesn't look good, you want to kind of either pull them up. You just kind of learn all these little tricks.
The pet stores also encouraged us. They would call us and offer their place. So it came from both directions.
And it's going to be a little more. I mean, that took time for me to build up a trust for that.
We just adopted her.
And what's her name?
Willow.
So what's her name?
Daisy Lou. We haven't named her yet. We're going to name her at home.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she has 1 year down, and she's, like, really, really cute.
Oh, that's for sure.
She's, like, the perfect dog for me.
We saw an advertisement in the local Sound in Town paper, and we thought she was beautiful. And obviously she was with Pet Rescue and she needed a home. About a year and a half, 2 years later, we decided that we were ready for another cat. We had recently lost one of our other older cats. And again, we saw Lily, who I'm playing with right now, in the Sound in Town, same paper that we saw Mina in. And we called up Pet Rescue and made an appointment to see her and brought her home.
Come a little closer along her body so that she doesn't have to get up to get it. So it's just about where your position is.
About 2 years ago, a group of Pet Rescue volunteers came to the shelter to give them a hand. And ever since then, a few of us have stayed on and recruited more volunteers. Now we come 7 days a week. We get the dogs out for a walk. We try to see that they're socialized, that they have toys, they have clean, warm beds to sleep on. We help with adoptions. Pet Rescue uses their clinic to help neuter and spay and help with medical conditions that Mount Vernon couldn't afford to pay for. And we're basically doing what we can to help this local shelter in need.
We're like a really grassroots organization that we're just normal people that love animals. And we're always looking for great people that you don't have to have a particular skill, you just have to love animals. And we could always we're always looking for more people. So if you want to volunteer, see Ruth. She'll get you a dog to foster, that's for sure.
I wanted to paint. I really thought I'd spend my time painting, but I thought this is much more important. What I can achieve in painting is so much less than what I can achieve this way. So I try to do some stuff in between, some painting and things, but this was much more compelling. Seeing an animal get a good home, an animal that otherwise would have been either suffering or dead, there wasn't a choice.